Walton County Sheriff's investigators arrested Miramar Beach massage therapist Blaine Searcy a third time in June after another victim came forward accusing him of inappropriately touching her during a massage. She is one of the dozens coming forward now with their stories of the alleged behavior that goes back for years. As News 13's Grace Velez tells us in the special investigative report, law enforcement wasn't alerted about a crucial complaint that was made directly to the Department of Health. And we warn you, some of the victims' descriptions of their treatment are very graphic.
3 arrests and a permanently suspended license later, the investigation continues into massage therapy by Blaine owner 70-year-old Blaine Searcy. Walton County Sheriff's officials say 30 people have now come forward with their own concerning accounts of their massage experience.
When you have 30 people that are coming forward about a situation, we look deeper and deeper and deeper into that to really find out exactly what's been going on.
Cosin believes of those, 5 to 10 cases happened within the statute of limitations and cross a threshold from what's inappropriate to what could be criminal. In the 5 affidavits News 13 reviewed, the victims all told law enforcement similar stories. All claimed they only received small hand towels that barely covered their private areas, had their breasts touched inappropriately, while Searcy allegedly made remarks sexual in nature and moaned throughout the massage. One victim wrote, "I felt like this man was about to have an orgasm the way he was breathing and moaning." Another victim said Searcy kissed her back, which investigators said he admitted, leading to one of his arrests. So far, Searcy's only been arrested for battery and misrepresenting himself as a licensed masseur. One alarming incident wasn't found in an affidavit, but in the Florida Department of Health's records. The victim filed the complaint with the Department of Health, recounting a disturbing experience on October 18, 2025. The complaint alleges during the massage, Searcy took off his clothes while the victim was laying face down. While naked, Searcy allegedly got on top of the victim, where she reportedly could feel his bare penis on her back. That's when she says she looked back and saw Searcy naked. That complaint resulted in an emergency suspension of Searcy's license in January, which became permanent in June. But the Department of Health never reported the complaint to the Walton County Sheriff's Office.
Here we have somebody that goes into a facility for a service, gets a service that they don't want. And goes beyond that. So to think like a victim, we don't know how a victim was feeling. Yes, there's potential that if it was reported to law enforcement, either by the victim or the Department of Health, we could have prevented some of these things.
Cosin said they can move forward with investigating other claims and doing their immediate job. But because of the Department of Health's administrative process, they don't have all the information they need to formally charge Searcy in this victim's case.
Because of some reporting things to the Department of Health, we don't have the victim's name, but we have to proceed with that affidavit of complaint that gets filed with us, being the law enforcement arm. From the administrative side, again, completely different set of rules, different processes. There's a licensure involved, and it's governed under statute that governs health. There's potential for there to be HIPAA violations. However, that's up to them to decide. We're always open and available for any reporting or any providing of information. We work with the Department of Health every day in different capacities, and we worked with them a lot recently over the last few years with some other cases that we've had. Should they or shouldn't they? That's really up to their procedures. They may not be able to because they have an open case.
So we wanted to clarify what the Department of Health's procedures are. News 13 asked the Department of Health, is there any way you could have notified law enforcement at the time the complaint was received by DOH without violating HIPAA? And what is the department's protocol when it comes to reporting potential crimes and working with law enforcement? If or when do you decide if law enforcement should be alerted? And part of the criteria listed in the complaint is sexual misconduct, which is a crime. So why isn't law enforcement notified if a crime has occurred? In addition to our email, we left 2 voicemail messages last week on their media line. We have not received a response. Reporting in Walton County, Grace Velez, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
Searcy remains free on bond. Walton County Sheriff's officials recommend locals and tourists verify that a massage therapist is licensed. And if you're in a situation where you feel uncomfortable in the slightest, do not hesitate to call 911.